It was a night that felt ordinary. Too ordinary. It was a night that felt ordinary, too ordinary. Daniel sat alone in his dimly lit office, the hum of the fluorescent lights pressing on his tired eyes. He glanced at the clock, rubbed his temples, and sighed. "Just get me home," he whispered to himself, voice barely louder than the quiet around him. When the Uber pulled up, it looked normal enough, yet something about the old sedan made him hesitate. No music played. The license plate light flickered weakly, and the engine's low hum felt wrong, almost hungry. He forced himself to open the door, the small chill crawling up his spine, telling him he shouldn't. At first, the street seemed familiar. Streetlights passed, the GPS guided him like always, and Daniel tried to tell himself it was just fatigue. But then the night began to change. Fog slithered across the asphalt, swallowing the glow of the lights. Guardrails vanished before his eyes, and the world outside the car became a shifting, unrecognizable blur. Daniel's hands gripped the phone so tight his knuckles whitened. His heart pounded in rhythm with the fading hum of the engine, each beat louder than the last. Something was wrong. The car was already moving too fast when Daniel noticed the guardrail disappear. 1 second, the Uber was cruising down a familiar highway lined with dim streetlights and late-night traffic. The next, the lights were gone. No passing cars, no exit signs, just trees pressing in on both sides like walls. And the GPS screen on the dashboard had turned completely gray. No route, no signal. The driver didn't slow down. Daniel sat frozen in the back seat, phone clenched tight in his hand, watching the speed climb past 60. Gravel crackled under the tires like they weren't even on pavement anymore. The headlights cut through thick fog that hadn't been there a moment ago. It felt like they had crossed into somewhere unfinished, somewhere forgotten. The driver hadn't spoken since the ride started. About 30 minutes earlier, Daniel had booked the cheapest Uber home after staying late at the office. The driver had arrived unusually fast. Old sedan, no license plate light, no music, just the quiet hum of the engine and the driver's stiff silhouette. At first, everything looked normal. Regular traffic. Then the driver had suddenly taken an unmarked right turn without the GPS instructing it. Daniel remembered glancing at his phone, expecting the map to reroute. Instead, the app froze. The car icon stopped moving. Then the screen said, "No service." Now there was nothing outside but endless forest. No houses, no street signs, just darkness swallowing the road behind them. Another strange detail hit him. The fuel gauge read empty, the needle buried below E, yet the car kept running smoothly. No warning light. The driver's posture never changed. Hands locked at 10 and 2, head perfectly still. After several minutes, Daniel noticed something worse. The rear-view mirror. It reflected the back seat clearly, the torn upholstery, his own pale face, but the driver's face wasn't there. The mirror showed the steering wheel and empty space, like no one was sitting in front at all. His chest tightened. The air inside the car smelled old, like damp fabric and rust. He tried his phone again. Still dead. The time on the dashboard clock hadn't changed in what felt like 15 minutes. 12:43 a.m. Frozen. Finally, the car began slowing on its own. The trees opened to a small clearing. A cracked road sign leaned sideways. Daniel stepped out the moment the car stopped. The cold air hit him hard. The sedan immediately drove off without a sound, disappearing into the fog. When his phone's signal returned seconds later, the Uber app showed something that made his stomach drop. The trip had ended 20 minutes ago. Drop-off location, Daniel's home address. Trip complete. Drop-off, home. Ride time, 0 minutes. And under driver details, there was no photo, no name, no vehicle, just one word, unavailable. The next morning, he checked satellite maps of the area where he'd been left. There was no road, just miles of dense forest. Wait, before you scroll to the next video, I just want to say, this was my very first story on this channel. So I'd really love to hear your feedback. Did you enjoy it? And if there's anything I can improve, let me know in the comments. I read every single one. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button and subscribe for more creepy and thrilling stories every week. And if you want part 2 of The Road that wasn't there, just comment yes. I'll see you in the next one.